We want all children to have the opportunity to know the blessings of God. And we know that families and churches, not government officials, know best how to create a strong and loving community. We will not allow the government to censor sermons, to restrict the free speech of our pastors and our preachers and the people that we most respect. And above all else, we know this. In America, we don't worship government, we worship God.
Here we go. She's on 5 to 7, 9 to 10 p.m. on the Range Broadcasting Fallback Productions. Talks about topics of the day and loves her country, the U.S. of A. Got her Get Right rally on tax day. Got Family Country Trump is her thing. She don't know the songs, gives Dave a hard time. Don't worry, it's fine, he's still her Valentine. Keeps us in the loop. Don't you know, sit back and enjoy the Lucretia Hughes Show.
Hello, everybody. It is Tuesday. Welcome to the Real News with Lucretia Hughes. As you see, it's set in stone. And if your organization want a booth here, they want to sponsor, please get in contact with myself or Dave. And if you want to become a speaker, as you see the speakers list, it's growing. It's growing. So Devontae, I'm just waiting on him to give me a confirmation. He's watching right now. The little young buck. I'm like a protective mama bear now. I got my son's name, okay? But he's running for mayor of Atlanta. I'm gonna give him that platform. Yes, I am. And for everybody that called me today, thank you so much. Rebecca, I love you. James, I love you. Miss Brenda, I love y'all. And Carrie Donovan to Mary Phelps. Thank y'all to everyone that's given me encouragement. I really appreciate it. So you know what we're striving to do. Like I said, if Saria Ivy, my cotton, she's going to have to suck that up with that name. She's going to ever be my cotton. You know, we're in very much prayer. And one person that I'm waiting to speak to is Mark down in Florida. He's the chairman of the Charlotte DeSoto County. So I'm going to be calling him after. But just knowing that I have so many great, powerful, God-fearing people that are standing side by side. A lot of y'all saying, girl, I back you. Nuh-uh. You're going to keep me grounded. You're going to keep my feet to the fire. You're going to make sure that I keep a level-headed. You're going to have that word of encouragement. You're going to make sure you prop up my arms when they are drooping down low. You're going to make sure you lift up my chin when I've had a bad day. I don't want people behind me. I want people beside me. Because remember, we can stretch it from sea to shining sea. A lot of people's like, if you run, you might have to check into the rules of for the SEC because we have a show, and so that's something we are looking into. One of the questions I asked one of my strongest supporters in the Republican Party, I call him the cleanup man, because that's one of the things he said. And I said, well, here's a question that we need to really look at. I said, do I have to stop my show at all because I am not on any type of mainstream media or anything like that? I'm just on our media company. And if that's the case, is it after qualifying or is it up to qualifications? Because qualifying is in March. So that gives me, because I don't have millions, I have a backbone. I don't have millions, but I have a voice. I don't have millions of dollars, but I'm sure we could get millions of people, because there's a million of us, more than a million in the MAGA movement. So like I said to him today, and I said to Rebecca and everyone today, I said I would rather get $10, $15, $20 from thousands of people than to get a white envelope from any lobbyist, from any politician, from any special interest. I am for the grassroots. I am for we the people. That is going to be, everybody's like, girl, that's a hashtag. No, it's my life. It's not only a motto. This is what I walk on. So no, I don't know what God's path has for me, but I can tell you, he ain't even whispered no. You know, with that still quiet voice, he ain't whispered no at all. He just sending people to validate and give me confirmation, who is saying, hey, you're going to have problems. Hey, you got to pass. Hey, people don't like you. Hey, that ain't nothing but Satan. And a lot of y'all brought me back and snapped me to attention that I'm giving too much credence to those people that is behind me and that are whispering. Like Rebecca Yardley said today, her grandma. This is something that she always said. Why do you think the windshield is bigger than the rearview mirror? Because you need to pay attention to your path and to your future, and that rearview mirror is a reflection of everything you have already been through. Use that as a stepping stone. So Saria, when I was trying to throw her things, and I'm gonna start the show. When I started throwing Saria and Mac and Tina and Sully, Devontae, why I couldn't, she said, well, that's actually a platform. Why you can't? Well, Christian, no offense, there's a lot of women that has been sexually assaulted. There's been a lot of people that has went through child molestation. It's a lot of people that's in the same boat that you are, that think they can't, but you are a voice for the voiceless. And that was like a slap in the face, because God wouldn't have got us to show 940 if I wasn't doing the right thing. And something that a lot of y'all said, if these doors are continue opening, why are you trying to slam them back shut? So I need to get my priorities in check, and I need to encamp those type of people around me, and not the naysayers, not the demon addicts, not the ones that's going to throw stones in our way, but the ones that's going to help us get over these hurdles. So Dave, get the show started. Hey everybody. See, but he was like, what's going on? Respect yourself. I know, right? Respect yourself, because I ain't what I used to be. Respect yourself. Well, that's what Rebecca Yardley told me. Okay, she said, Creation. Now listen, and if y'all know who she is, you know who she is. She's always been right there to either give me a swift kick, to give me a quick prayer, to chastise me when need be, and to mold me and guide me as far as I have. And the first thing she said, you can do it. When she called me, she said, I'm gonna talk first. You can do it. You was made for a time like this. You need to read Esther. You need to do this. You need to do that. And you got to understand who she is in the Republican Party. But like she said, you was made for this. And the only person that can stop you is yourself right now. And as long as I got people like y'all, and as long as I got King Jesus, we don't need nobody else. So let's go ahead. So welcome. Hey Mary, how you doing out there? Hey Laura, how you doing, Miss Kathy? It's written all over my face. I am not about to deny God, family, or country on anybody's campaign trail. So if these people's like, she's offending me with Jesus, just crazy, you know, you gotta compromise. See, this is going to be so unorthodox. I am not going to run this campaign with you know what? That is not how you run a campaign. Well, okay. Well, you know what? That is not what you're supposed to say. You know what? I'm going to have to, no. This campaign ain't going to be an ordinary campaign. I'm not going to spend $20, $30, $50, $70, $100,000 for campaign advisors when I got the likes of the Macs, the Boguses, the Sarias, the Rebeccas, the James, the Lisas. Okay, we can figure this out. We don't need to get bamboozled by somebody that's out there playing footsies or trying to mold me in the way they want. So this campaign is truly a grassroots campaign. Do I have to go talk to other people? Absolutely, I do. But I also ask these very important people, you know them more than I do. You can smell them a mile away. You need to call me immediately and be like, Lucretia, not that one. No, nope. But he's Lucretia, listen to me right now. That person need to stay away from your campaign. Those are what I'm asking for. So this is not going to be your ordinary campaign, because I'm not your ordinary candidate, and I'm not an ordinary woman. So I'm not going to use my platform for any social justice bullshit either. I am straight up with policies and what will affect people across the board. Y'all, I'm not finna mend or change who I am right now to try to blow up sweet nothings. If people don't like what I have to say, we will sit down, and my team and our team and all of us will sit down and see if there was a better way of saying it. So if that's where he is gonna have to temper me down. But I'm gonna literally get in supplication tonight, and prayer and meditation. And I'm shutting off my phone after the show. Why? Because I promised Rebecca I'm going to read Esther for the first time in my life, because I haven't ever. I really didn't. I went through the first 5 books, and then you skip over the other ones. Then I went to like Daniel's and Psalms and Proverbs, and then I went on over to the other ones. I jumped straight to New Testament, and I started with the Apostles, and then I went on up to Chronicles, and I started going all the way, but I missed all the rest of that. So I know who she is, and I know her story is very strong in the Bible, because I've been hearing Esther's name whispered to me all my life. Now it's time for me to meet this Esther. I really need to sit down and see, because I have a very vivid imagination. I can throw myself in the biblical times if I'm so into that book. So I know I can do that. So it's time for me to get on the road to Damascus. Woo, my heart just skipped a beat when I said that. Tears are prickling my eyes. It's going to be some people out there that just high five, to scream. I think I need to get on my road to Damascus. And I need to go ahead and be that person. So tonight is not a 9 o'clock show. I am going up into my sanctuary, and I am going to turn off all electronics, and I'm going to pick up that book, and I'm going to read. And I'm going to let the Bible interpret him. I'm going to let the Holy Spirit interpret what I read tonight. And like I said, we're just waiting on surreal, but there's nothing in my soul that's telling me no. So let's give our shout outs. Hey Lisa, what is going on? Ariska, how you doing out there? I'm considering Congress. I told you. Like I said, 6 years ago today, well not today, but 6 years ago was the first time I ever met Deneen Borelli, Tom Borelli, Candy, and Ben Carson, the Kevin Jacksons of it all. But I also met some people within inside of the Republican establishment that literally got me in a corner, in a circle. And you could tell these people was big money. You could tell they was wealthy people. But somehow these two chickens, got me in the midst of a circle of very high, powerful people to put me on blast. This is my first thing I've ever done by myself. The National Tea Party Convention in South Carolina, when all 17 candidates at that time was running, when President Trump had really jumped out there. And I said, this is my chance. My mom decided to back out. My daughter decided to back out. And I said, you know what? I've already paid this money. It's time for me to step out on faith. And I did that. And I drove all the way to Myrtle Beach by myself. And that is when these two ladies, one of them is running for office right now. These two ladies got me in a corner, in a circle. And they looked at me and they was like, who are you? You know that little stink look that women give other women. They look you from your head to your feet. And she said, who are you? And I said, my name is Lucretia Hughes, and I'm thinking about running for office one day. Y'all see this? She'll never be able to run with the big boys. I said, well, I guess wait until you get a load of me. And those laughters turned to them. And I've not sat down that day. But the first person that I met in any Republican establishment was a man by the name of Tom Borelli. And I was at breakfast by myself. And he said, and you know his wife, Deneen Borelli. He said, ma'am, who are you? I said, my name is Chris. She said, who are you? He said, who are you here with? And I'm like, by myself. He said, well, not today, you're not. He said, matter of fact, not from this day forward. He said, my wife, because, you know, Tom is white or Jewish and Deneen is black. She said, my wife wants to meet you, and we want you to come over here and actually sit down with us. And the next thing I knew, I was surrounded by good people. And that's when I started meeting with the people with the NRA. That is when I met Dr. Ben Carson and Candy Carson. That is when I met all these people. And that is when Dr. Ben Carson looked at me that day and said, I don't know who you are, but for you to catch my attention, I stopped. He said, look back. I said, yes, sir. He said, you do know who I am. I said, yeah, I do know who you are. You inspired me. He said, do you see those men over there? He said, I'm the only black man that's standing there, but do you think that matters to me? He said, for you to catch my attention, I don't know who you are. He said, but I got a feeling we're going to meet again. And then we're going to meet again. And we kept meeting again. And then we got met again. So the phone call that I got last night that somebody very powerful want to have a conversation with me and sit down and talk to me, I'm going to take that. Because some of these people that are reaching out now are I look up to. And people like Dr. Ben Carson and anyone in his administration, you better believe if they're trying to reach out to me, I'm going to reach out to him. So that is who I want around me, the people that I have met over these many years, and to continue to make y'all proud, because that's something I have always said. I do it to make y'all proud, to make sure that I don't stumble, and I make sure I keep the values of God, family, and my country. And Trump. So there you go. Hey Tracy, how you doing? My daughter just got a job today at upscale Italian restaurant. Way to go. Where she get them taxes though? I just say first paycheck is gonna be like, Mom, record it for us. It's an eye opener. Hey Lisa, how you doing out there? I'm gonna be truthful, that's all. Hey Mary, what is going on? Monique, how you doing out there? Good morning. Good morning. Hey Sherry. Hey Chrissy Brown, I don't know, I said good morning. Hey Laura, how you doing out there? Cindy, I am gonna be in meditation. Now that I know what it is, I'm gonna be, yes I am, clear all my mind and center myself, get all distractions out and meditate on his word. Yeah, I'm gonna do that tonight. Watch and see. Dave is going to be down here doing t-shirts, doing graphics for the Faith Over Fear rally. So I got to remember what we're doing this for. Hey, Christina, what is up, Lori? Hey, Alice, how you doing out there? I appreciate everybody just giving me all this love. I really appreciate it. Hey, Robin, how you doing? Hey, it's Miss Burrows. Because I was going to say Patricia. I probably told you. Sorry if I tore your name up. God is good. Stay in the fight. I am, ma'am. Don't because you're new here and I've never seen your name before. So please don't get me to crying, because having those words coming from women like us is a rarity. Having that coming from women that look like me, that's a rarity. It don't happen. If anything, I get attacked. I get called out of my name and they don't even know my story. So for you to come here and say that, I want to tell you thank you and I appreciate it, because I don't have many of those. Yes, I do, but not come on Facebook to actually tell me this. Laura, Miss Burrows, you done got the tears, so we're going to get off this page because I really appreciate it. Hey, Christy Fowler, how you doing? Yes, read the Bible and then just sit in silence and God will speak to you. Miss Burrows did that. Hey Tammy, how you doing out there? Turn off everything and listen. I am, and I'm gonna be away from my husband while I do this. We the people stand beside you, and we've got your six, and so I got y'all's. Hey Melody, how you doing out there? Send me your idea or creativity. I bless you in any graphics you need. I help you all anytime, honey. Yes, because I want you part of this team. Right now it's Carrie Donovan. With the media side that has really taken forefront. Carrie Donovan, I wanted to say thank you, ma'am, for taking over the editorial part of our website. Miss Mary Phelps, I just want to tell you thank you for everything you've done with our website. And now you're trying to do a campaign thing. So now we got Melody is going to join that team, because your graphics and everything that you have sent us, and even engraving our pictures on plaques of our wedding day. You soldered that into plaques and sent that to us with pictures of our wedding. Thank you. Burnt in those plaques. So I want to say you took your time out to do that. So I want to say thank you to that. Hey Regina, what's up? Sherry. Hey Cindy. Nope, you're not late. I've just been a sucker over here crying. Hey Susan, the Colorado bug fear was how they got Russians to go against us in the U.S. after WW2. I'm finna look this up. Colorado bug. Why does that sound like Ebola or something that they threw out there? Oh, bed bug lookalikes. Bat bugs, swallow bugs. Okay, that's insects. I'm about to do some research on that. I would do research on that. Yes, ma'am. But I at least looked it up. I don't like bugs. This is me. Hey, Wolverines. What's up? William Bernard from New Mexico. Hey, Karma. Hey, Juan. The book of Easter speaks strongly to empowerment. I must read. I'm doing that today, Juan. I'm doing that today. After I get off the phone with Janice and Mark down in Florida, I will. Hey, Susan. How you doing out there? Be good. 4,000. Very clear. Simple answers is human nature. Hey, Dragon Tamer, what's going on? I apologize for not making it this weekend. Truck issues. But be all right. We're having the Faith Over Fear rally. We're going to talk about that later. But we haven't, you can come then. So, yes. Hey, Troy Mitchell, what is going on out there? Hey, Sherry, how you doing out there? Hey, Karen. What's going on? Karen Roberts, how you doing out there? I'm going up here giving my shout outs. Hey, Miss Deb, what's going on? Hey, Jujubee, how you doing out there? Hey, Nancy, what is going on? Miss Lynn, what's up, Braxton? Yeah. Hey, Wanda, how you doing out there? Look, Congresswoman, that, woo. It's just, yeah, let's get over here. What's up, Daily Insanity? Hey, Amera Free, how you doing out there? Creation, what about the rest of us? I'm going. Hey, Lisa, how you doing out there, Kathy? Hey, Billy Camo. What's up, Camo Man? How you doing, Mr. Belinda? How you doing out there? Let's get on over here, and we're going to get to these articles. There's a lot of breaking stuff happening right now. Hey, Esther, did you hear us talking about you, ma'am? How are you doing out there? I'm reading you tonight. I thought I'd tell you that. I'm reading. Look, this is Cretia. I'm going to read your namesake tonight, Miss Esther. I really am. This is going to, I'm going to fix y'all. I swear I'm going to fix y'all. Hey there. Hey, Earl. What's going on out there from Massachusetts? That's the only way I can pronounce it. Massachusetts. Miss hearing you this week. Family vacation. You better go get some rest and relaxation. Vacay? Relax, refreshment, recenter yourself. Everybody need a breakaway every now and then. Hey, Andrew, what's up, Wales? How you doing out there, UK? Is waiting for you. God is leading you, and I don't want to step out of his shadow. Do you understand? I don't want to step out of his path. One of my pastors growing up his name was Sharon Gentry of New Birth in Spartanburg area. Yeah, he told me once before, the closer you get with God, the faster you turn around, the quicker you're going to fall and the harder you're going to fall. So I want to make sure that I stay in that path because I have to. Hey, Miss Connie. Already, Dave. Ain't even got to an article. This means. It's on me. Ha ha. This means good versus evil. Good versus evil. This means, I want the bouncy things, Dave, so all the new, like Earl can find out how to sing this song. I got joy in my soul. God is in control. I got Satan on my trail, but I'm singing all is well. He's attacking every day, but I'm watching while I pray. No matter the attacks, I won't turn back, cause this means war. I'm ready. This means, is there some stuff that need to be cleared up? Yes. Mm-hmm. This means, but I'm going to walk this path. This means, it's not a burden, it's my life. And this is where he placed me. So I'm going to plead the blood. I plead the blood tonight, every day. I plead the blood, because he's going to have to point me in the right direction. Because without him, I'm nothing. And there's no way I'm going to ever deny him. That's too late now. Oh, but the blood still stays the same. Whatever's going wrong, my war clothes are on. I might be in a daze, but you can't have my praise. No matter the attacks, I won't turn back, cause this means war. You don't think the people in the hood, in the woods need a voice? You don't think people out here in the urban society and suburbia, you don't think our children need a warrior or our elders? You don't think our nation needs someone to help fight back against the powers that be? You can't have my family. No. You can't have my increase. Not ever, Satan. You can't have my breakthrough. Wow. Woo. Cause you can't have my, you can't, I plead. Woo! Yeah, please turn that down. Sheesh. He can't have my breakthrough. And if this is what God telling me to do, he can't have my family. He can't have my state. He can't have my nation. And he definitely can't have me nor you. So I will fight as hard as I can for my children and my elderly, my nation, my family, and my God. Because regardless of what anybody else want to believe, our country was founded on Judeo-Christian values. And that if God is taken out of this country, our country will soon crumble. And that's what I'm going to do. Hey, Wilbur, how you doing out there? Hey, Mary, I can't hear the song, Miss Rita. It's everywhere else. This is just my phone. I'm on. Hey, Miss Mary, how you doing out there, Monique? What is going on, Wonder? So you know what? We're going to finish our shout outs, then we're going on break, and we're going to get back to the nitty gritty and the real news. So you know what, Miss Connie? After hearing your testimony, we may not look alike on the outside, but we've walked carrying the same bags you did. I would rather have thousands and millions beside me than a bunch of elitists that is willing to crush us from within. I don't care what color they are, and I don't care what side of the table that they sit on. But as long as they love God, family, and country, then they're supposed to be my brother and sister. And those are the only ones that I'm going to fight hard for. Those are the ones that don't have a voice, the ones that think that they don't matter because you do. We're all powerful individuals, but can you imagine what will happen as a collective whole that we came together on a united front? You may swat away one person, one bee, but you can't swat away a whole nest that's coming after you. Because I truly believe when two or more get together in his name, we could change a lot of things. And I still believe that America is the last beacon of hope of this world. I don't care about the new gas tax or the carbon tax that the New World Order think that they're about to levy on us. We need to fight against that. We need to fight against us losing our constitutional republic and also our constitution. Because if we do this, we lose it all. And then we are really global number something of the New World Order. So we're at the bottom of the hour. Y'all stay tuned, and we're going to get into the articles, and we're going to get the show really, really going. Go ahead, Dave.
We play with fire. You gonna ring the alarm.
What you know about rolling down in the deep?
Riding in the deep.
Down in the deep.
Now I know y'all be loving this shit
What you know?
Ladies and gentlemen, never leave home without your Second Amendment. It's time for us to protect ourselves, especially from the socialists that are coming down upon us. It's time to make this state a sanctuary state for the Second Amendment, and I want full constitutional carry. So with that being said, my name is Matt McGregor, and I'm running for Lieutenant Governor.
All right. Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the Real News with Lucretia Hughes. That dancing on TikTok is Elon Ivy. He is really pushing out there our merchandise, and I really appreciate that, Elon. If you want one of the shirts, we make those. Fallback Production. They are part of Saria and Elon Ivy. Not only is she's my cotton, he is part of our marketing team. Also, see how everything is coming together. So that was Elon. So y'all make sure y'all go over there to our Etsy store. We make all those products, and also make sure you get a Faith Over Fear t-shirt. So Faith Over Fear is September the 11th, huh? Yeah, Psalms 91, the whole thing. I was getting a list. Okay, let's see if I can remember these names already. The minister of ceremonies is Apostle DJ Wiggins. He is from North Carolina. He was the opening pastor for the Trump rally. Also, we got Zinga Johnson that is coming also down from North Carolina. We have Suzanne Monk, Isaac Smith, Evan Moch, Ray Martinez, my mayor, Ray Martinez, former Congressman Paul Brown, Surreal Ivy, Michael Bogus, myself, Sully is going to be here. Who else? Mac McGregor, of course, Mac McGregor and Vivian Childs. And the names are keep growing. I know that Dr. Alveda King will not be here, so I'm trying to see if she will do a video, especially for the Right to Life, because you know how, what Dr. Alveda King does. She gets out there and she promotes the pro-life issues in the America. She don't care what color you are either. So if you see someone that you say, Cretia, call this person to speak. Be that bridge over troubled waters. Reach out and make that connection for us. If you know a band that want to come and perform, please, y'all get us connected with them. If you want to speak yourself, get in contact with me. You're welcome to speak. I want at least 40 speakers. This is all day, on and off. Ain't no pausing. Now you see where the $20 coming from? The porta potties and everything. All because we're going to line up all the grills. And we're going to have it under all booths. And we're going to have it just like it's a regular cookout. And you just walk by, get your drinks, your food. Tina is going to be having pies, cakes, the whole nine. All of that is included in the general admission. And it also helped get people like Pastor Mark Burns down here. I'm waiting on C.L. Bryant to get back with me to get some of these keynote speakers and big speakers here. And a lot of them, if I just call, they would say yes. So if you know the Right to Life organizations, the Georgia Gun Association, the NRA, or anyone like that want to have their booths up, please do it. For political candidates, if you want your booth up, please let us know. For the governor race, please don't ask me, because I don't want no division at my rally. So if you want a booth, please get in contact with me and you will have that booth there. Okay, so then we're going to be doing it that way also. This is an all-day event. We're going to have bounce houses, water-bound houses for the children. They're going to have their own section. So like I said, this is for God, family, and country. So it is September the 11th, starting at 1, and it ends when the last person stops speaking. So let's have a great day. And we have 2 months to plan this, submit everything, and get it back out there and do it. So
Saved by the sound of a pin found Dixie whistle in the wind that'll get you heaven bound. The devil went down to Georgia, but he didn't stick around. This is God's country.
This is God's country.
We turn the dirt.
Play it.
Work until the week's done. We take a break and break bread on Sunday, then do it all again, 'cause we're proud to be from God's country.
Thank you, Dave. Woo! That's because this God's country. Just letting you know that now. Hey, Chrissy Brown, welcome back, everybody. So let's get over here to D Live. How you doing out there, D Live? See, you ain't got nothing up here, Mary Free. With Paul Wall. Oh, he taking a day off. Fine. I am glad I got my own articles. Oh, no. Breaking news came out today. Probably a lot of people don't know about this, but ICE is sick and fed up with Joe Biden and his administration. It says the Biden administration is sued by ICE agents, restricts agents from detaining and deporting illegals accused of human trafficking. That came out today. It says ICE agents are suing the Biden administration for restricting them from doing their jobs properly. As part of Joe Biden's pledge to take a more humane approach to immigration enforcement compared to the harsh policies of Donald Trump, the Biden administration issued a memo in February. It says 18 directing ICE to focus on deporting immigrants who are national security risks or terrorist threat, gang members, or those who have been convicted of certain aggravated felonies, and any that are entering the country after November the 1st. ICE officers who want to take custody jail immigrants falling outside of those categories must first obtain approval from their bosses, which means they're going to be set free. It says, since the issuance of the February the 18th memorandum, ICE officers have been unable to take custody of or issue detainers requests for dangerous criminal aliens whose detention is mandated by the ICE, or Immigration and Nationalization Act. It says specifically detention is required for aliens who have committed or have been convicted of numerous crimes other than aggravated felonies, such as crimes of moral turpitude. That is one of the things. You can't have anything. If you do anything against a crime of moral turpitude, you can't even become a citizen. You can't even register to become a citizen. You can't even take the test. If you've done anything in America, while you're trying to wait in line during your visa, your green card, or whatever, guess what? You will not become a citizen. So basically, Joe Biden is said they don't care what you do, you just freely let in. It says crimes of moral turpitude. Y'all need to, you know what? Because most people's like, what's that, Christian? Well, you know what? Let's find what the legal definition of moral turpitude is. Scratch up, dude. I can tell you this: if you break that, you cannot become a citizen of the United States. It is it's Webster. An act of behavior that gravely violates or acceptance standards of a community or the United States, a quality of dishonesty or any other immorality that is determined by a court to be present in the commission of a criminal offense. So they can pretty much come over here and do anything they want now. It says crime involving controlled substances, human trafficking, money laundering, and certain firearm offenses. It says to date, her request to the border crises has been an absolute dismal to my Harris. So I am requesting that she be replaced as your border czar. And we are not nearly 50 days into her appointment, and Vice President or Harris has shown little interest in observing what is happening along the border and has failed to articulate any plan to deal with the devastating effects of this crisis. After coming into office, that's Jan Psaki. We're going to forget about her. So you know what? Right now, the ICE agents are suing the Biden administration, and I say all power to them, especially after the Supreme Court has struck down 4 laws in the last month alone, or 2 weeks, if you really look at it. So why moral turpitude? You come over here and just commit violent crimes or crimes at all. You don't deserve to be a part of our society, especially in America. We got our own issues with criminals of our own that are legal citizens that was naturalized or born straight here. So we got our own issues. So why are we wanting to bring they thugs and gangsters and gang members and sex traffickers over here, the mules, unless the people and the powers that be is somehow profiting off all of this to begin with? Just like it just came out, I think his name is Kinzinger, one of Trump's top critics on the Republican ticket or in the Republican brand, has finally came out and admitted he thinks he pretty much knows that there was other members of Congress that knew exactly what was going on way before January the 6th even popped off, and he finally came out in the news today. So if the ICE agents and everyone else, all this lawlessness, we have to get somebody in office that's going to speak out against this, and it doesn't seem like not too many people on our side got a backbone right about now. No, we're not gonna take it. I'm not taking it. Probably why I'm deciding to wait. I'm still gonna do this though, as long as I can. Truth bomb right here. I'm gonna read it then. What is it? It says, lately I've been thinking about all of the people forcing critical race theory are Democrats or democratic socialist Marxists. Looking back through history, Democrats started a war to keep slavery alive, and when that failed, they formed the KKK to put fear into former slaves. When that failed, they elected Woodrow Wilson to farm segregation. When that failed, they started breaking up black families, praying that turns around. Truth bomb B-dub, truth bomb B-dub. I can't say true bomb. That's all I can say on that one. Hey, Wendy, I read that Kamala called Biden the Titanic, and hey, they don't get along. What? Girl, did you hear what was going on in her office? The whisper campaign has already started, and this is with Democrats, not Republicans, because we know she's an absolute disaster. So that's not a surprise. She only got 2% of the vote, even during the primary election. It's like, come on now. So the Democrats are saying, hey, we might need Andrew Yang. Hey, we might need this person, because Kamala Harris can't beat anyone on the Republican ticket right now. That she's weakling. She's our weakest link. Too bad. No, keep on up there. Yeah, just keep on up there. Yeah, they don't get along. What do you expect? You don't remember during the debates when what she called Joe Biden? Right there on national television? She called him a racist and a rapist at the same time. And then all of a sudden, she was the vice president pick. Well, we believe that no one should be judged by the color of their skin. What the heck? What is that? Because trying to convince us she's a person of color, you can swerve to the left with that stuff, okay? The only time people call someone a person of color when you're trying not how to describe them. Well, we know the person of color and color people was a hashtag and a title you gave a lot of slaves and black people and poor people in the 60s. So the people of color is trying to put us back in our place. So, no, she can't even use that title. So they can't stand each other. You don't remember when I reported what Jill Biden said? She said, F that FBI. That's what she called Kamala. Do you blame her though? What? Hey Donna, what do you think about the door to door to see who had the shot? Dave, you got that sized up? Breaking. This just came out and Donna just brought it up. We're going to let it actually play in his own voice. And I wish y'all can hear what Joe Biden has got planned on for the citizens of America. Tell me when you got it up and running, please. Just start playing it. Okay. Well, Dave is sizing that up. I want everyone that is watching right now to actually accept on my phone. If you want to go ahead and go to www.fallbackusa.com or go to Lucretia Hughes page. It's literally Lucretia Hughes page, and that the show is also there, so y'all can hear what Joe Biden said about going to your homes. Now go ahead, turn it up.
Continuing to wind down the mass vaccination sites that did so much in the spring to rapidly vaccinate those eager to get their first shot and their second shot, for that matter, if they needed a second.
Hope y'all listening.
Now we need to go to community by community, neighborhood by neighborhood, and oftentimes door to door, literally knocking on doors to get help to the remaining people protected from the virus. Look, equity, equality, it remains at the heart of our responsibility.
That's what's Bush. Yeah, you can turn out my ear now. You can get that out. That's the lame excuse. No, you don't knock on my door. You can go to community, the house. You talking about like the census takers? Don't come here because they ain't never got in. So I could care less about you. I don't care. I don't have to open up my door to anybody at all. Not even a census taker, and I didn't. So no, I'm not opening up my door if you're not invited and I don't recognize you standing there. It is what it is, and even if they do come to my door, the answer is no. Chris, you're running for Congress, so I'm gonna tell you, like I've been saying from day one, your body, your choice. But the answer for me is no. I ain't trying to convince nobody to go take no jab. I'm not going to talk to anybody into taking a jab. I'm not finna advocate for anybody to take any of this stuff. So, well, you call me what you want. We're grown out here. I'm going to let people make their individual right choices up. Because you're not finna tell people what to think, how to think, and what to mandate it or required to obey to do. So I guess this is very unorthodox if you think I'm finna play that type of game. So me, y'all know where I stand with the virus. You know where I stand with Dr. Fructose corn syrup. And you know where I stand with the jab. I ain't walking it back. I'm looking straight at the cameras to let anybody out there know I said what I said, and I said what I said, and I said what I said. And I ain't finna debate with you or anyone else either. You could go over there and listen to them and go take the jab and do everything else you need to do. But for me and mine, the answer is no, especially for me. Just, no, I'm not doing it. Hey there, how you doing? Crazy, well, they might not let you run for Congress. That's not what's in the Constitution. Hey there, you're freezing up? Yeah, because the reason why I'm freezing up on those pages, Because Facebook is trying to throw a ad in there in between the shows. So in between the shows on Facebook, especially on Lucretia Hughes page, Fallback Productions, and everywhere else, y'all get about 5 to 6 ads a show. What? That is what it's doing when it freezes and starts skipping on Facebook. They're trying to throw in an ad to like pause it, but still bring it back. So that's what's happening on Facebook. And when most of the time that I go back and actually read your comments is right when they throwing in an ad. So that is what that is all about. And I thought I would tell you. So if you see something about the coronavirus and telling you to get the jab at your nearest CVS pharmacy, that was not me. That definitely, I did not pick that. I would have said, get a Mercedes or some stuff like that. Go vacationing. I would have did something like that. Hey there, to cut us off, pretty much, I'm not taking a jab either. Hey, Bubba, I read your post today, and we do have you in prayer. We do have you in prayer. So I don't want you to lose your complete sight either, sir. Hey, Angel, how you doing out there? What is going on, Jersey Jack? Nope, not my door. You come with you won't. So y'all saw it just like I saw it, and I try to bring y'all the news from their lips. But Joe Biden just told you what the federal government is about to do, and they talking about pretty much going door to door, neighborhood, you know, and having all that happening. So good luck with that. You don't see only yours? Thank you. Hey, Penny, how you doing? Several of us late. Ain't nobody really late, just like a 2-hour show. Let's get back over here. Hey there. What's up, Tracy? So far, none, not on my phone. You're not going to get articles on my phone, only on the Facebook where it's completely through Restream is what you're going to get. I've been doing the census for decades. Nope. Not doing it, Terry. Hey, Terry Butler, how you doing out there? I'm not doing the census anymore either. I'm your huckleberry, girl. I'm your strawberry shortcake. Hey, Kimberly, don't come to my house. I'm glad everybody's like, no, we see what's going. We see what's coming. Oh, finally, Mayor Free, thank you for the articles. We see what's happening right now. So I'm going to keep warning y'all. I'm going to keep from the beginning of all of this. Like I said, we're not deleting any videos. I'm not deleting anything I ever said. I'm not deleting any posts. I'm not finna apologize either, and I'm not walking it back. Because like I said, I've been on Facebook for 12 years, and if I said it, who pissed in my Cheerios that day? Hey, Melody, you see acid flying. I warn you, I got a barrow in woods and a grinder. Some people said they had pig farms. They better keep walking right on. Sheriff said, not my house. Sheriff's like, not today, Satan. Hey, Yolanda, if they come to my door, I will not only hurt their feelings, but their ancestors' feelings too. She said, I'm taking it way back. Elaine said, no one is forcing me to take any jab. My body, my choice. What is this, Miss Dorothy? Yes, ma'am. I read that yesterday. The military is going to be forced to take the vaccine. It is what it is. Hey, Mary. How you doing, Mr. Rosemary? Hey, Kim Lamborghini. How you doing? Nope. Miss Elaine said not either. Let's get over here to Mary Free. She's like, I'm taking up his slack. All right, Troy Mitchell's like, let me throw one. Everybody else is. Okay, what Troy Mitchell got? Judicial Watch sues the FBI for records on alleged transfer of bank financial data of every person in Washington, D.C. area on January 6th. This came out February, late February, early March, that Bank of America, if you bank with Bank of America, you was up near the Capitol or Washington, D.C., anywhere above Virginia, without your permission, Bank of America and a lot of your banking institutes were giving out your privacy to the FBI, to anybody that swiped their card anywhere in that vicinity. I thought I would tell you that, but since he got the article up here, let's read it. Washington, D.C., Judicial Watch announced it filed today a FOIA lawsuit against the Department of Justice for records of communications between the FBI and several financial institutions about the reported transfer of financial transaction made by people in D.C., Maryland, and Virginia on January the 5th and 6th of 2021. Told you. Last week, the FBI refused to confirm or deny such records exist. They've been confirmed this in March, in February, March. I already been this. I talked about this before, but way to go, Tom Fitton. It says the lawsuit was filed after the FBI failed to respond to the February the 10th FOIA, so it's happened in February. FOIA request seeking this. Bank of America reportedly actively but secretly engaged in a hunt for extremist patriots in cooperation with the government, and following the events of January the 6th, gave the FBI financial records of their customers who fit the following profile. Customers confirmed as transacting either through bank account debit cards or credit cards purchases in Washington, D.C. between the 5th and the 6th. Purchases made for hotel, Airbnbs, RSVPs in all three states. Any purchases of weapons or at weapon-related merchants between the 7th and the upcoming suspect stay in D.C. around Inauguration Day. Airline-related purchases since 1/6, and on June 8th, the court overseeing the lawsuit ordered the FBI DOJ to respond to the Judicial Watch request within 30 days. On June the 17th, the FBI responded to the Judicial Watch request, stating that the request was too broad and asked for a further clarification and or narrowing. Oh, they are running, y'all. It says on July the 1st, it says the FBI responded to Tom Fenton Judicial Watch FOIA request with a letter stating that it accepts of Judicial Watch narrowing of the search, but it neither confirms nor denies the existence of these documents. That's fine. It says the FBI accepted supplemental correspondence as evidence. You are further clarifying and narrowing the subject of your request for records and financial transactions, requests from financial institutes pertaining to the alleged riot on the Capitol Hill on January the 6th. So y'all, please stay tuned for that. Way to go, Troy Mitchell. Let's get to the next one. Oh, God. Anybody know what the AMA is? I was a part of the AMA. If you do pretty much anything in the medical field, you could be a part of this organization. The American Medical Association puts critical race theory above all else. It says the American Medical Association, the largest organization representing physicians and medical students across the nation, said it will replace never mind. It's going to bring in critical race justice. It says, in simpler terms, the AMA is now embracing the critical race theory. On Tuesday, the association released a 86-page, 3-year roadmap outlining how groups will use its influence to dismantle structural and I'm not reading that. I'm not reading that. Just not going to read that. I'm not going to read. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to do that, Mary Free. I am so sorry. Let me undo that. God, I didn't mean to do that. Sorry. I really didn't mean that. Okay, let's do. Where are all these articles coming from? It says 2 Yemen on FBI terrorism watch list apprehended at the border in California. Mary Free, I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to time you out. Wow. It says the El Centro Sector Border Patrol agent arrested 2 Yemen. Isn't Yemen over there? Yeah, but isn't it like over there by Iran, Iraq? Yemen? It's like over there above Russia before you get into, what? I mean, not Russia, but Africa. It's over there in that region.
Down on the lower end of Southern.
Wow. Okay, how did they get over here? Nationals who illegally crossed across the border into the United States in separate incidents during the past 2 months. Agents identified both men as being on the FBI terrorist watch list and a no-fly list. And how they get over here? Agents assigned to the Border Patrol station on March the 30th arrested a migrant, illegally entering the United States approximately 2 miles west of the Cal Mexico port of entry. Oh, he got on a ship. It says the agent transported the man to the processing center where all the immigrants undergo the biometric background investigation and criminal background check. Wow, how did it get over here? It says agent identified a man as 26-year-old illegal alien from Yemen. A record check found that the man is listed on the FBI terrorism watch list and the no-fly list. It says, and another one is a 33-year-old illegal alien from Yemen. It's also that is on the FBI terrorism watch list. It says during a physical search, the agents also found a cell phone, SIM card hidden beneath the insoles of his shoes. You better get it. You better say, habla not español, and try to get all the information you possibly can get. Nope. Mary Free, thank you. I'm so sorry about that. Let's get back over here. So much is coming out right about now. Saudi Arabia. They said Yemen is over there by Saudi Arabia. How you get here? How they get over here? And I'm trying to figure out all these people that are over the pond, as people over across the Atlantic likes to say. How are they getting over here besides export, import ships, docks? Because you ain't telling me there's no land bridge whatsoever for you to walk from Yemen, even if you got to pass through Africa for you to get here. So somebody is paying your way. Somebody's giving you a cell phone. Somebody gave you that SIMS card. Somebody know you're on your way. So how in the world can the FBI not track these people down and not track who actually sponsored them to get over here? That would be a great question. Hey there, how you doing? What? Better believe it was reloading equipment. Remember those pirate ships owned by China? You know how much fentanyl been found so far? You thought, what, 2 years ago when I said they have, 2 years ago, all the fentanyl that was coming over the border would have killed every citizen of America 3 times over? They have found double that this year alone. This year alone, they have found double the smuggle in of illicit drugs like fentanyl than they have in an all-time high. If we know that even a little bit of fentanyl it could kill you, then think about it. If what they found coming across the border 2 years ago, 3 years ago, was enough to kill 3 times over the human population in America, 328 million people, they have literally discovered twice the amount that has flooded over our borders. Number one, who's snorting that? Who's shooting that up? That ain't even heroin. That ain't even cocaine. That is stronger. That is a straight up heart buster. Who in the world thinking that they need to get higher than heroin? So you're just gonna go to fentanyl. Then you wanna die. Stop it. You wanna die. You're like, okay, I need something higher than heroin. What, the death? Cause that's it. After that, that's it. Fentanyl is your drug choice. And you wondering about the opioid. And Lord Erga, I'm just, it's below Saudi Arabia. Just try to figure out how they're getting over here. That would be great. So you know what? We're at the top of the hour. We'll be right back. Dave, go ahead. This is Lucretia Hughes with the Real News with Lucretia Hughes. I am making this to let y'all know the new merchandise is up on the store. We thank you so much for the support, supporting the small businesses of America. Go over there and check out our merchandise. And yes, it's all made in-house. And we do customize. So again, thank you so much for supporting us and gotten this far. Y'all go over and check out our new merchandise at our Facebook shop and also Etsy, Fallback USA. Y'all order it today.
Yeah.
Hey Jennifer, welcome back everybody. Welcome back to the Real News with Lucretia Hughes. This is the second hour of the show. Like I said, y'all make sure y'all go over to www.etsy.com, shop Fallback USA and support us. And also make sure you go to the Eventbrite. Because like I said, all proceeds are going to this rally. It's going to help get people here to be able to speak, all the food. And that is why, because so many people like to donate. So there is a button to donate, but there's also a button for just for tickets. And so you can also go over to our Etsy store and get the Faith Over Fear. And we'll have the new shirts and the the rally shirts, the official rally shirts, up on our Etsy store first thing tomorrow. I've been sitting right here since about 12 o'clock today, trying to get the Eventbrite up, trying to get the Facebook page up, Dave doing the commercials, doing the graphics and everything else. It's been me and Dave literally sitting in, if you know where our studio is at, sitting here talking to each other, feedbacking off each other, and trying to make sure that we get at least the basics done. So as people and organizations that are coming in that want to sponsor, have a booth, vendors and different things like that, we can add the name. We already have the foundation. So remember, Faith Over Fear, a rally, God for God, Family, and Country, is September the 11th here. It starts at 1 until, because this is our place. And if we got to take it to the back there at the fire pit and just have a great time, we will do that too. So welcome back, everybody. It's coming. Miss Donna said that all of this is coming from Donna. Don't drink the Kool-Aid, and not unless I make it. Not unless I make it. I didn't even know Dave liked Kool-Aid until I started making it. Hey there, Tammy, what's going on? Okay, what, Miss Elena? I see somebody saying something about the thread. I know once they get to Mexico, the coyotes or mules charge them $5,000 or more to get them across to Cali or Arizona border. You remember that little 5-year-old boy that those smugglers left on the other side of the Rio Grande? And, you know, that's when he walked up and the border agents found him. That's what happened. They whoever was supposed to come and pick them up, the 5-year-old on this side, wasn't there, or maybe they got scared away from border agents, so they left a little boy there. But we know, you remember that cluster of kids. I think the oldest was like 13, 14, and the youngest one was 3 or 4, and there was a cluster, and they said they walked that way, and they got that far with a group of people, but they left them behind, and they was just sitting there in the desert, and you can look at the Border Patrol agents, and they hearts, them's the good people. Our Border Patrol agents are really great people, really good people on the job down there. And it's not our fault that our government, yes please, our government is allowing them to come in here and overtake. Like I said, we can't even help our own veterans and seniors. So that tells us that our government is out of pocket and out of line. Or maybe they need to stay out of our pocket. That would be great. Let's see. They get $38,000 to cross with each one, I heard. And then if you look at the numbers that's coming out of New York, I forgot who sent me the article. Wasn't Cuomo and them giving these illegal aliens $15,000? And y'all was getting, and I said y'all because I didn't get diddly squat. Y'all was getting the loans. Y'all was getting, you know, the stimulus packages. What was it, like $1,400 after they squabbling because that's all the scraps they would give you. But the illegal aliens was getting $15,000. And everything else. Where yours at? No, you're not worth it. What? That's what they say. I already told you what I heard walking up and down the halls of Congress. I already told you some of those doors are not closed. In the halls of Congress, the sound bounces, really bounces down the hall. So you might not know what room it's coming from, but you can hear what they're saying. That's what they think about. Told you what they've been calling us behind the scenes on both sides of the ticket. I'm looking. Yes, both sides. If you really want to know what they call us, it would make you disgusted. Democrats and Republicans alike. They call grassroots people and American people. Don't allow them to let you drink that Kool-Aid, because what they say behind closed doors, they can give 2 boo-boos about any of us. Hey Sharon, how you doing out there? Hey Constance, if Mark Robinson, awesome speaker, you all check out his speech on Dan Bonagino. The only thing with him, Constance, he's the lieutenant governor of North Carolina, Virginia, and we're really, really, really great. I know him. I know him and Yolanda personally, very personally, and I didn't. He's so busy as being lieutenant governor. I'm kind of hesitant to ask him to speak, come down here and actually speak. So he's one of those people, because I've already reached out to him. You know I did, girl. I got his number. I already reached out to him. I already called him. And I was like, did he change the number? No, this is Mark Robinson. He still got it. So I called him yesterday and left a voicemail. I'm going to call Yolanda tomorrow. I got both of their numbers. And if he cannot come down here, I would really love Mark to do a video so we could play it at the Faith Over Fear rally also. So trust me, I've been pulling out the big guns for this one. And like I said, we just started this Friday and we already got 12 speakers. That's not even the people that is like up here that I consider my mentors and stuff. So of course I'm gonna call Mark. Of course I'm calling NRA. Come on now. Of course I'm calling the National Federation of Republican Assemblies. Come on now. Yes. I know them too. It's like, Christian, what you gonna do with the people at the grassroots level? I mean, not the grassroots. I love y'all. But some of these organizations that's in Georgia, I know I'm gonna bypass them. I'm going straight to the top. Yeah, Christian, do you know they got an office in Georgia? I'm going straight to the national level. I'm not messing with some of these people in Georgia because they all the same, and trust me, I know them too. So I have a better personal relationship with the people at the national level than I do at our state level. So the Mark Burns and all this, and believe it or not, some of y'all gonna laugh at this. I'm getting in contact with Ted Nugent. Crazy, what is he gonna do? He can sponsor if he can't do anything else. I'm gonna ask Marjorie Taylor Greene type of people. So yeah, I have those people in my Rolodex, and I'm gonna start going down it and ask them if they can not sponsor, can they at least donate, and if they cannot donate, can they do a video? So the Dean Cains of it all, I'm reaching out. The Ted Nugents, I'm reaching out. The Chad Prathers, I'm reaching out to these people. And I'm going to reach out. There's people coming in from Texas, Alabama, North Carolina, Virginia, Washington, D.C., Maryland area, Georgia, Florida. There's people from all over the United States that's already committed on making their way here because I gave them 2 months in advance to clear their schedules, to be here to support us and support this huge rally because they want to be involved. So, yeah, I am really pulling out the big guns for this one. Like I said, we're going all out. Hey, Lisa, what is going on? Thank you so much. And Lisa was the one that sent us all that yesterday, and I really appreciate everyone that sends us stuff, and it has a very special place. Uncle Ted Nugent, you better believe I'm going to call him. Quickly. What you talking about? It's just like, I wish I could show it. I got a Rolodex with all the important people on the NRA board right somewhere close to me. Yeah, I got their numbers. Why wouldn't I just reach out? It's not like they don't know me personally. So I'm going to reach out to these people, let them know what I'm planning on doing. Especially Carolyn Meadows. She's first in command. She's in Georgia. So I'm going to call her. So yeah, I am. Hey there, what about Beverly? How do you get in contact with Beverly Beatty? How you even get in contact with her? Absolutely. That's part of God. You got Mama Vivian, Miss Minister Vivian Childs. You got Henry Childs. You got someone like Beverly to come down here. Really? Apostle Wiggins? Pastor Mark Burns. Even getting something from Alveda King or Pastor Greg Locke. It's God, family, and country. Every topic I want someone here to talk about. So if you know someone out there that helps sex trafficking, boys, girls, adults, if you know someone with an organization or just want a booth, please get them in contact with me because I would like for them to be a speaker at this rally. If they're involved in helping, advocate for all these sex trafficking ladies, boys, and girls, and that's trying to get them to safety, I would really want somebody to come and speak about their organization and about what's going on in America and especially Georgia. So if you have somebody that is knowledgeable that way, please get them in contact with me. What? Poor Dave, you will swoon over Dean Cain. Girl, I already have. What? Are you kidding me? You remember I told you? He ain't in here, Miss Sandra, so I could say this. You don't remember when I went up to the winter meeting of the NRA and I had to go up there for the board meetings because I was appointing the board at that time? Well, I get along with the security detail and they have security. Trust me. Alan West of it all, Oliver North, Wayne LaPierre, where they have like Secret Service too. So I always like to hang with those fellows when I get there because I like to hang out with the men side of the NRA. I'm always with them. So they know how I felt about Dean. And they knew that Dean was my pick. Him and Mark Robinson was my personal picks to be board members of the NRA. So they was like, girl, you got a crush on him, don't you? I think he's crumbaluntious. I said something foolish like that. So as I'm getting dressed, because I'm always rocking blue jeans, tennis shoes, I never dress up when I'm hanging around with the security detail. So they was like, go get dressed. So I got dressed up. I put on heels and a nice dress, and they all had their backs to me. It's like 5 of them, red, yellow, black, white, Hispanic, the whole 9. And they all was talking in a circle, and somebody said, and they all swung around, and one, they was like, whoa, you clean up good. They was like, hey, Dean. And then next thing I know, I said, Lord have mercy. And I just kept hearing, Lucretia Hughes. Who? Holy crap, that's Dean Kane. He said, come over here and give me a big old hug. I sniffed him very hard and squeezed a little bit tighter. I didn't let him go for a good 10 seconds. What? Who gets the ability to sniff and dry hump Superman Jr.? I did. Him and Chad Prather. I don't know what kind of cologne they use, but I'm going to have to get some for Dave. Krisha, that's not right. Miss Bridget, girl, they smell like Reach out to Brad Barton. He just spoke at his church on the 4th of July. He go to his Facebook page, and he has a show, the Little Talk Show. Miss Jennifer. See, because a lot of people don't answer their messages. I'm one of those. But if you was that bridge, so it's like that's what it's called, networking. So if you have that inside to him, then guess what? You make that introduction, and for me and him to talk to each other, and I will reach out to him if he knows that I'm gonna call. So that's what I like to do. If you have an in with these people, and there's a lady that's putting on a Faith Over Fear, I think you should go. She's gonna reach out to me. Reach out to you, then they know I'm just not somebody that's just Fruit Loopish and just reaching out to them. So if there's somebody that you want to speak, please make the intro first, and I will call and do the rest. But at least they know that someone is going to call them about what we're doing. So yes, please, I will look him up, but please make sure that you can make that introduction for us. And when you know he has responded, or the organization has responded, or anyone that you want me to talk to has responded, then get in contact with me, and then I will go ahead and open that door even further. Because some black chick just getting up in their inbox, I wouldn't answer that message either. Hey, Miss Liz, what? He smell good. I don't know what y'all say. I ain't dead. I'm just married. He ain't in here. Hey, Tammy. I really want to. He is yummy. I don't care. And he hilarious. Jersey Jacks. Both of them is. Ted look like he'll kill you in a jokingly type of way. And Dean Kane is just cute. Let me get that out my system for Dave. Get back in here with my drink. Hey, Renee, how you doing? Please, y'all reach out to Brad Barton, because Apostle Wiggins is going to be, and he's bringing some people. The names that Apostle Wiggins know, and that he's reaching out for this rally, because he is the master of ceremonies. He's pulling in his big guns too. So Cleveland Rose of God Family Country, and also OTTU Media, he's gonna bring in his equipment down here. We're going live on those platforms too. We're gonna have our equipment here. We're going live on this whole thing. Jan is going live on Red Kudzu. So right now, that's Red Kudzu, Fallback Production, and OTTU Media, which is Cleveland Rose out of Tennessee. All of us are going to be here. I'm going to reach out, of course, to Epic Times, also OAN, and also Newsmax. I do know some inside connections there. So did you hear me say anything about the AJC? Did you hear me say anything about anybody that has bashed us or Americans or anything else? No, I don't want left-leaning websites or even lamestream media anywhere here. We are the media now, so I want people that is going to show it the right way and not get in there and edit anything. So no, I'm not calling WSB. I'm not gonna call anybody like that. I'll call small local newspapers and give them a chance first. So that's how we're gonna do this. So hey there, what, Miss Rita? What, okay, you didn't hear me. Oh, you heard that, Dave?
I'm always watching.
Well, what? You smell good too. At least 3 days a week. Did you just throw your hand up at me? Did you give me the hand? He just did this. Cause I was talking about Chad. I was talking about Ted too. We're fine. Next time that you see Ted, I will make sure I whisper in his ear, and I will tell him to go back to episode 9 of 40, and he had haterade. Trust me, I gotta see both of them in October. I get to see Dean Cain and Ted Nugent in October. What the hell you talking about? And Alan West. I know he just threw his name in for governor of Texas, but I'm about to call Angela West. Can you get Alan to call me? Yeah, I am. I'm calling big guns this time around. Hey there, Teresa, how you doing out there, Terry? What? You just got all offended. See, Terry with a Y wouldn't have did that. He'd be like, girl, give me some tickets. That's what he would have said. You know, Terry would have been like, shh, that's my wife. Girl, you better go on there to see if he got some extra tickets. That's what I'm planning on doing. Hey, Alice, Hey, Alice, how you doing out there? If I lived near you guys, we'd definitely have a blast. You got 2 months. Most jobs tell you a 2-week notice. I'm giving you a 2 months in advance. Yeah. And if we raise up enough money, we will see if we can get a block schedule rooms so we can actually pay for people hotels. Yeah, I'm willing to do that too. So y'all help me spread faith over fear. The more we make, the more we can get these people here. And y'all say, Krisha, I got half. Can you help me with this half? Well, guess what? That's what that's going to be doing too. So I want people here. What happened? I'm reading this one. Braxton, gonna be here in your Facebook Live for a little bit. Man, I'm letting my phone charge some. Hey, Braxton, you better not be getting kicked off Facebook. I'm just saying. Let's keep going. Hey there. Mike Lindell. You still got his email? I still got his email, his personal email that he gave me, but I think that's for his assistant. Who got an inside track of Mike Lindell? Why not? I mean, the only thing we can do is ask people. And since who threw this out there? Tom McDonald. Okay, now y'all literally, you know what? The sky's the limit. If somebody got an inside track on these people y'all throwing out here, like Mike Lindell, he traveled everywhere. Who got the inside track or direct link to someone that really knows of Mike Lindell? Get this out there. With Tom McDonald, I don't care if he give me permission to blast his music at the rally. Yeah, that's gonna be absolutely yeah. So all these different names, that's why I'm asking y'all, be that bridge to bridge us so we can get them here. So if y'all got these connections with these people, I've met Mike Lindell 2 times. I got his personal email, but you know, if somebody got, you could ignore email, but you really can't ignore phone calls or text messages. So if you know somebody that knows somebody, because like I said, we're not 6 degrees of separation anymore. A lot of us is 1 degree. That's your phone and that's the camera. And if you know somebody that knows him, that can personally get in contact with him, heck yeah. Can you imagine having General Flynn or one of them up here? What? He lives in Florida? So do I know somebody that knows somebody that might know somebody? We're going to find out. You throwing these names. Judge Joe Brown. Ain't he in California? Ain't Judge Joe Brown in California? He believe in God. He fights for the country. And he definitely believe in family. I mean, he fights for his family. If you got the name, y'all throwing these names out here. If you throwing these names, please have the connections on how to get in contact with these people. We got 2 months. And when people that important, you got to get way in advance of their schedule to see if they're available. And this is September the 11th. I hope y'all know that. So if you have the inside connections with these very influential people, please, like the Beverly and them, love them, respect them. I'm gonna, I was part of Blexit, but I still love the people inside of Georgia Blexit. I know a lot of these organizations, so it is what I'm asking them too. So, yeah. Memphis, who's in Memphis? Well, okay then. Tom McDonald and Mike Lindell. Y'all just throwing stuff out there and just wondering if it's gonna stick. It says, I'm gonna be heading to the beach that morning. You better have a good time. Hey there, Mike Lindell, if y'all can help me, Black Mamba and everyone, that would be great. What is this one? Daily Wire. The nation's largest teachers union say it will teach critical race theory in all 50 states and 14,000 school districts. You better this is what I'm talking about. God, family, and country. All you parents out there, they telling y'all what they doing. They giving you way advanced notices. All these school board meetings that parents are going to and fighting back. I don't care about the teachers union anymore. You are the parent. And this woman that sit here and say F y'all to your face, she just pretty much told you parents means your parents mean nothing anymore. You parents mean nothing. You don't have control over your children anymore, and you don't make decisions for your children. Let me tell you what I just said again. If you think I'm kidding, you think I'm the one that's saying this. I love reading the receipts, okay, and the articles. Nation's largest teachers union says it will teach critical race theory in all 50 states and 14,000 school districts. It says that the ideology that claims America is irredeemably rooted in racism in all 50 states and across more than 14,000 school districts the union works with. The National Education Association held its annual representative assembly virtually on June the 14th holiday weekend. The union passed 2 items that it will implement critical race theory into the classrooms with assistance of the union's ethnic minority affairs caucuses. Be willing to be called a racist, because I'm seeing a lot of videos of Hispanic parents, Asian parents, black parents, white parents, gay parents literally rising up at these school board meetings and saying, you are not going to dumb down my child. You're not going to claim my child it lives in a country, and you're not going to teach my child to be racist, or to teach them that the nation that they live in, they can't do no better. Oh, it's parents. So if those parents can stand up for their rights as being the ones that push those bowling balls out of their bodies, then I'm going to need y'all parents to get out there and get on the front line too. Even if you're like, Creesh, I had to work that day, then you need to go ahead and get it out there. I cannot hear that. You got to fix that chord. Thank you. Thank you. See, now he trusts everything that I say when I say I can't hear it. They can't tell me what to believe in. I do too much research. I do too much reading. I do too much warning. No. Facts don't care about your feelings. It says the NEA pledged to share and publicize information readily available on critical race theory, what it is and what it is not. So they basically gonna fudge it, okay? There will also be a team of staffers dedicated to providing members with information about how to fight back against anti-CRT rhetoric. I don't care, they your children. And to share information with other NEA members as well as their community members. So basically, they're going to get out there in the hoods and say, those white people, they the ones that are keeping y'all down. No, if I was a black person, I'd be like, you keeping us down. You trying to tell my child that reading and writing and learning math and learning the history of their nation, that's not more important. It's the white people that's the systemic racism and not the foolishness that are coming out your mouth and what you're teaching them. No, you are the racist one. So I'm so glad of all these parents standing up all over this nation from every walk of life to shut this down. Now that the teacher union is coming after y'all and your children full force, what are you going to do about it? When are you going to finally get up off yourself and just really fight back for your children? But are you going to keep allowing them to be indoctrinated to the point of 3, teaching them how to masturbate, teaching them about oral sex, changing their genetics, changing their gender? When are you as a parent gonna literally stand up and take your rightful place back as being the person that's supposed to raise your child, especially in the hood? Because what, you just, since they got rid of the dads, you're gonna let them get rid of you too, mom? Those backstabbers, teachers union. All the time we want to take your place, those backstabbers. And then they teaching your students, that your children, to be stupid. They can't get to school on time. That's a racist issue. They don't need to learn how to read. That's a racist issue. They don't need to learn how to write. That's a racist issue. They don't need to learn how to math. That's a racist issue. They don't need any of that to just make it in life. You are a lie. Are you kidding me? You setting our children up in our nation to be back way behind every other country. So what? We could be overtaken when they get older enough because they ain't gonna know no better? So I'm gonna need those grandmas and granddaddies, and some of us still got great grandparents here. How y'all spitting in their face? What are they gonna say to their grandparents? And how in the world are you allowing someone that don't even have your blood to tell you how to raise your own? I always wanted to know that. I just want to ask that for everybody. You know, what was that? This is what I shared today on my page, because anytime that I'm seeing people or the parents standing up in these city, what is it, school council board members, and that's fighting against this one, it touches my heart. Father's school board pushing critical race theory. Your job is to teach math and science. It's a black guy. You remember that other black doctor? I said, how in the world I got 2 PhDs then if this nation, you gonna tell me someone is more superior over me? This is a doctor, a black doctor, and a black male doctor. Oh my God, he was a doctor, he's black and a man. Everything the Democrats hate. Like he said, he raised his children. It says the parents logically but assertively instructed members of his local school board that their job is to teach children math and science, not critical race theory, which teaches them that white people are bad. Ian Rice, a black father with 2 children in the district, emphasized to the school board members that teaching that white people are bad means that his daughter is being taught her mother is evil. In this day and age, with so many biracial children, grandchildren, our spouses, our family members, what the hell? How are you going to teach if that child is biracial? It doesn't matter what they're mixed with. How in the world are you going to tell them that their mother is a racist? Did they even think this through? Because this bright ass idea of critical race theory doesn't make sense to me anyway. But I always wanted to know that. So you basically telling these 2 biracial children that their father will never amount to anything because the white person is holding them down, but your mother is a white woman. So are you going to look at yourself and start hating yourself or your mother? Or are you going to start looking like, well, my mom should have never married my dad because he's black and that doesn't make sense because my teacher and the government said that they should never crossbreed. Sound too much like the Aryan, the nation, a race of teaching stuff. You ever think of this? Let's keep going. It says that his testimony, in his comments, Rice said it clear, judging from the remarks of other parents who spoke before him, this board in this school district is failing. It says Rice asserted the critical race theory was never meant to be brought into grade school, high schools at all. It actually taught in a collegiate atmosphere, and more importantly, the legal portion of the collegiate atmosphere to see different laws through the lens of race. He instructed the board. The problem with bringing it into high school and grade schools level is that we don't have the educators to properly teach these kids. Instead, they're using it as their own agendas to indoctrinate the children to hate each other. Kids are taught to hate. They're not born that way. We're not born to hate. You're taught that. Or, the hard knock life teaches you that. It says, and whether you believe that is true or not, the reality is that is what is happening. The critical race theory is teaching that white people are bad, and that's not true. And that would teach my daughters that her mother is evil. Rice described an incident in which one teacher pulled his daughter aside and told her, "You're a minority, so you know better than to engage in certain things." What the hell?
We don't need no education.
Whoa, man, that teacher, we would,
We don't need
you wouldn't.
no force control.
She knows better. Better than what? Her mother? Her father? Or they love that created them? I'd have called her a B word, a C word, every other word in the book. I ain't backtracking on none of this bullshit. Get me on the debate stage. Are you kidding me? You teaching children this? But you won't teach them how to read or write or do math. It says nothing happened to educate her, he said, when the incident was brought to the school attention. Instead, my daughter was brought in and she was ridiculed. You remember when I read that article about those students that was taken from their school, just put on a bus without their parents' permission, and was ridiculed and pressured until they took that jab. Y'all remember that? You remember when the parents finally found out, they started trying to shut down they started getting in front of the buses and pulling their students off of the bus. And now you're going to pull that man's daughter into the office and ridicule her because her father is black, her mother is white, and she is biracial. I'm getting off this article. I'm so glad we're at the bottom of the hour. I need to cool my jets and come back with this mess. Y'all stay tuned. Go ahead, Dave.
They do, I told you so.
Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Matt McGregor and I'm running for Lieutenant Governor here in the state of Georgia. Are you tired of the lies? Are you tired of the cheating? Are you tired of the stealing? If you're tired of all this, if you're tired of messing around, if you're tired of your government failing you and the future of our kids, then vote for me, Matt McGregor, Lieutenant Governor.
Alice, welcome back to the Real News. Alice says, if that was my child, I would beat that. They would have to like really not open up the door for me that day. I'm calling everyone on this one. I wish he would have called me, just like y'all remember Sadie and when that teacher snatched her and they called me and I got it out there quick to where I wish he would have called me because I would have got that mainstream. I would have pushed that. I would have told the whole school district. I would have said the teacher's name. I did the whole nine. You would have accounted for that one. Sure would. And whatever guidance counselor or anybody else, I would have put them straight out there on blast. You finna ridicule a child because her mother is white, her father is black, and she decided to tell them that they didn't. Oh, y'all know what? Welcome back to the Real News with Lucretia Hughes. I'm Lucretia Hughes. Like I said, y'all make sure y'all do not forget to go over to the Eventbrite link and sign up and register to get here for the Faith Over Fear rally. And like I said, the tickets are $20, but you know what you're gonna get. It's an all-day event. The food is included, the drinks are included, everything is included except merchandise. But you know what? Everything else. Come out here, network with people, meet and greet people, listen, have a great time, barbecue, and enjoy yourself. And we're gonna celebrate God, family, and country because we have faith over fear. Hey, Rosemary. Hey, Jessica. Like Krisha said, stick to the basics and then you can't go wrong. Quit pushing ideologies and just educate them. That's why our kids gonna be stupid. And I'm not taking that on you, Jessica. They are. They're not gonna be able to compete in the global society. That's why I said, now y'all see why I was telling y'all 2 years ago, y'all need to go look at the Common Core wheel. If this don't give you pause to finally go investigate how your child ain't nothing but a slave and a worker bee, a drone. I'm gonna need for y'all to go and then type in the Common Core wheel. And you're gonna see the organizations that is around your child, the pushing the drugs. You're gonna see the Pearson Group. You're gonna see the Bill and Melinda Gates. You're gonna see, Amazon. You're gonna see Coca-Cola. You're gonna see PepsiCo. You're gonna see a whole bunch of people that got their hands all in your kids' education to teach them to be workers, not thinkers, not the next rocket science, not the next genius, but to make them just minimum, so they don't know when to fight back. They don't even know what to fight back against, and they will never be able to question the powers that be because they don't even know what they're questioning. So that is what the grandparents, the great-grandparents, and the parents step in so you could tell them that oral history back there. So they can't look at my grandparents and my ancestors, my great-great-great-great-grandmother, the last slave in my family, and my great-great-grandmother right there, they're standing up. You can't tell me what they fought, what they did fight for. You can't tell me what they went through because they told me themselves. They raised me the best of their ability. They gave me my oral history. She, as being a school teacher, made sure that I pronunciate my words even if I was tongue-tied. She made sure I know where a verb and a noun was and an adjective. She made sure that I knew what needed to be done, and she got it from her. And my grandmother got it from her, being the first midwife over there. And my mom, the first cheerleader. So my oral history is here. And that is what, and my grandchildren are still here over there with their great-grandmother. I'm going to say that my grandchildren are right now with their great-grandmother. So right now in this house, there are 4 generations. 3 generations until my son come back. And that's 4 generations right now. So no, I'm going to leave that legacy, and I'm going to leave their oral history, and I'm going to leave those pictures, because you can only talk about our history. So, hey, Yolanda, it ain't nothing but slavery. They don't even know. Hey, Regina, sorry I missed a lot. Girl, don't even worry about it. You just talk to your neighbors. Pew, pew. Letting teenagers mow my yard to earn some money. My neighborhood is red. These children work around here. I remember when we had a little side job in the summertime, too, especially if you wanted the icy pops. Hey, Jessica, she shouldn't have to pick her race. Never. She just need to pick love. She just need to pick love. She got the best of both in her. So how in the world is that even equated to anything? She got the 2 loves made her. So, and them, because he got 2 daughters. Robinson is Lieutenant Governor of North Carolina. So, yeah, sorry, I said Virginia, North Carolina. So thankful we don't have CRT. We banned it in Oklahoma. Regina, y'all did? I know Florida banned it, too. Did Texas ever ban CRT? What Kemp gonna do? Kemp ain't did. He's bouncing it around. You put a halt to that. He could have put a halt to that. Brian Kemp could have put a halt to that a long time ago. He ain't got the stomach for it, just like he ain't got the stomach to decertify or even pick up this voter stuff. So, he ain't got the stomach for it. Well, Gabriel, Sterling Gabriel came out and said that at a press conference. You know what? Brian Kemp could have called a special session, but you know what? He just don't have the stomach. I thought Sterling was Brad Raffensperger mouthpiece when he started speaking for the governor. Okay then, well, your mouthpiece said that you ain't got the stomach, Governor. So I'm gonna take, since you ain't speaking, I'm gonna go ahead and take Gabriel Sterling, the one that called me the new domestic terrorist, because I am questioning the election. Okay, just like I'm questioning you. Actually, I ain't got no question for you, Governor. My granddaughter has to repeat 3rd grade because of all this mess. Chantilly, that might not be a bad thing. Because if you notice, you remember that article that I read to you? He was 17 years old in the, what grade he was? In the 9th or 10th grade. He had been kept back for so long, because you don't want your child just to be passed through. I don't want my grandchildren just to be passed through to get rid of them, and they're not learning anything. It's just making them dumber. So if she got to go back and redo it, you know what? Count the cost to be the boss. And don't make her feel bad, because I was in special ed. I'm dyslexic, and I'm not scared to say that. Sometimes I get my C's and my D's and my B's all mixed up, and that's why I like to read a lot, because when I was in special ed, especially at Fair Street Elementary, my maiden name is Strobel, Stroble. I could not pronounce the STRs, so I had to be placed in special ed. Ain't nothing wrong with that. So if your granddaughter got to polish up, good. Let her polish up. Let her be smarter than a lot more people, because I know a lot of high school graduates that was like AP, that was really smart in class. They are entering college dumb as rocks. Some of them are getting tutoring on the basics. So eventually they ain't really learning nothing in high school either. So that's why you got to look over her shoulder. Ain't nothing wrong if you think that you want to make sure as being a grandmother that she knows what she's doing, and don't be just passing my granddaughter off just because you think that she's just wasting your time. I will tell you that. And if you feel like she need an extra learning on this subject, get it for her. Ain't nothing wrong with building up a weakness, because a weakness will become a strength. Because I couldn't have did this if I didn't go through all the special ed and get the speech therapy. Because sometimes I hear myself and I cringe because I missay a word, but then I just let it go. At least I'm better than what I was. So I don't have no problem with telling people, yeah, I went to special ed. Yeah, I have a mild case of dyslexia. It is what it is. That's how I learned my ABCs. Patty LaBelle. I'm just saying, Patty. Lost and then found. That's a whole nother topic. Seriously? That's a whole nother topic. I wish y'all could hear this, but y'all can't. They can't hear this, but y'all can. And third grade, being kept back in third grade ain't a bad thing. If you would have said like high school, middle school, yeah, but third grade, that ain't bad. That's not too late to start getting set back a grade. Really not third grade. Then they're not up there to where, you know, they in that social class warfare of who's popular and who's not, who's an emo and who's not. You know what I'm talking about. Okay. I want y'all, Lost and Found just came on. Hey, Lost and Found. I totally understand the role of religion in society, but I can imagine that few conservatives would be offended if Bible was studied in public schools. That is the issue, a meanings of education. Boop. There you go. I ain't got no problem with it. If I could afford it, I'm telling you the truth. If I could have afforded, when my children was in school, I would have sent them to a private school. If we had school choice down here in our district, I didn't need that. Okay, I'm in the country in suburbia. We had a good school ratings. In Oakwood, Hall County, Georgia, we had great teachers, great ratings, great coaches, great principals. Oh, they booked I signed the ledger for them to paddle my children, okay? You don't want me getting off my second job, full-time job, having to come up here and deal with this. And I already told them I had my talk with my children, and they knew what a paddle was, okay? So I understand what you're talking about. But you know what? I believe in school choice. Because a lot of these communities and some of these people, if they didn't have school choice, it wouldn't be good. I believe in school choice. If you live in a district that is or lost accreditation, or you want to take them to a religious school, I truly believe the money need to follow the students all the time. A lot like in Gwinnett is one of the biggest in the state of Georgia. You got Fulton County. That's a lot of money per child that is spent on per student. So then you need to let that money follow the student. If the student don't want to be in a corrupt school that they ain't learning anything, and there's a lot of school systems around here that ain't up to a par, and that's a substandard par. You know what? Then if the parent can get them to the other side of wherever that school is that they want them to go, then that voucher and that money that is allocated not only by the state but also by the feds need to follow that student to that next school district. Then maybe that school district up off the and actually teach people. Because there's a couple of schools, even out there in Atlanta, that is like that has a waiting list because the parents see that they children are really learning. Holy crap, they private, but they still learning. That is school choice. That is where the vouchers need to go. But if these failing schools, you remember the cheating scandal down here in Atlanta, and they lost accreditation there for a minute. A lot of those students was stuck there. Then you know what? If you having that and you got those bad reports year after year after year, then the funding need to go straight to the parents. Let the parents decide what school district they want their students. And if they could get them to that school district with MARTA and everything else is out here, then they should be able to do that. And I think the money need to follow the students. I'm not finna sit here and argue with some social justice fool either because you want to keep that stupid school in the urban center because it's the only one. My child ain't learning nothing. There's metal detectors everywhere. There's fights all over the place. No one's learning. The teachers are scared. This is just like, what is it? Lean on me. I'm over that. This has been a very bad situation in the poor community for a very long time. It's bad damn schools. So I'm one of those people that's saying, hey, let the money follow the students. And I'm not going to argue. Let the money and your tax dollars follow that child. And if that child is in a bad school district, if that parent can take their funds, allocate it for per child and that student and get them to a better school system that can actually educate their student, then their child, then I think that's the way it needs to go. This is my very first speaking point. And I ain't got nothing wrote down to even tell you what I'm running on. But I think that's the way I feel about school choice. Hey, Juan, biracial children are beautiful. Until they hit about, I'm just kidding. They're beautiful. I see it with my daughter. She's black and Puerto Rican. Oh my God. You got a gun? Will she start dating? You don't have a problem. You said she was black and Puerto Rican. She's gorgeous. She's gorgeous. What's the stipulations on dating? 21? She can't wear makeup till she's 18? I'm just asking. So no cell
35.
phones? No cell phones till she's 35. Or
makeup or dating.
None of that until she like 35. She's gorgeous. And they people that ridicule them are just jealous. Hey Karma, we good here? I'm just saying. Hey Chantilly Lace. Lost then found, they still do it at my grandson's school and still talk about Jesus and God in school. And I'm really appreciative of Ron DeSantis. Was it 2 weeks ago that he brought in a mandatory moment of silence, 2 minutes, 5 minutes, I guess is homeroom is what they call it, and that's going to be once a day in the school. They could do whatever they want to do during that moment of silence, but I truly believe that the Pledge of Allegiance should be said every morning like we used to say it. If you want to pray, then you pray. If that's what you want to do for that moment of silence, it is up to you. But being ridiculed for reading or the Bible at that set moment of time, being ridiculed about your faith or anything like that, that need to stop. So I'm kind of proud of what Ron DeSantis actually put out there. So yes. Hey Sherry, Dr. Ben Carson has been married for 46 years to his beautiful wife. And you remember when people started bashing Dr. Ben Carson, saying he was ignorant, he was this and that. And I'm sitting there like, you talking about Dr. Ben Carson? You couldn't even tie up his shoes. He wouldn't even want you to, because the first time you tried to, he's gonna raise you up and talk to you like you on his level, because that's the type of person he is. But just listening and looking at his past, his life, who Candy was, how he was raised with a mom that couldn't read and write, no father in the home. We can talk about Dr. Ben Carson. I would rather have him as a mentor. I would rather be able to pick his ear. So if he's trying to reach out to me or someone in his administration, you better believe I'm picking up that phone if I don't drop it. And then they're going to tell me, well, he kind of lost your card. That's why he hadn't called me. Well, that was a smack in the face. No, it wasn't. It's just for him to tell me the reason why he hadn't called, because he lost my card. It's kind of heartwarming. Now he's looking for it. He's like this. He can't find it no more. Hey there, that's my thought, daily insanity. What she say? Question is, does he want to put himself in the light with a little help with his biz? Who? What we talking about, y'all? Y'all to help me do this. I'm about to go back. The school my kids go to in rural Middle Tennessee always edge and have a moment of silence. Way to go, Tennessee. Kind of like trading liberty for safety. Uncle Krusty looked into a few years back. He ran in the opposite direction after some research. I'm not giving up my freedom for safety. We did that. How did that working out for you? Y'all still dangling that carrot in front of your face. The private schools, the parents have a voice. In the public school, the parents have a voice too. They just they need to learn how to use it. Let me say it one more time. The parents, because no one go to these school board meetings. No one. A handful of people, they are expected not to show up. That's why you see all these school board administrators are flipping the script right now, because they are shocked, I tell you, shocked that these parents are showing up in droves at all these school board meetings. They don't understand it, because they thought they had the power for so long, because they done got so much stuff through that was detrimental to the children. And now they have woke up the parents. They trying to shut them down, turn off the microphones, not get them to speak or any of this, or try to force this down their throat, but they can't do that. They can't. It's already been passed through the Supreme Court. You remember that one parent that had the Supreme Court case saying that you cannot cut this off, you cannot boot us out of here, you can't, and they know they can't anymore. So they are kind of shocked all over the United States that these parents are turning up in droves and saying we ain't gonna have this. So that's why they had that virtual thing over the 4th of July weekend that I just read, because that's what they're saying. They're gonna force it on y'all. You don't have no choice. But now that I just read you that, because they had made these plans over the weekend, they haven't implemented them yet. And I love to have the receipts and the articles so I can back up everything I got to say. Now that the teachers union, one of them, the largest, has said that they don't give two craps about the parents. They're going to do what they want to do. They're going to force stuff on your children. They don't care what you say. You better get out there on the forefront now. They can't sneak this past you. I just read that to you. And I'm going to put that article up there. So now that you know they saying they're going to do it in all 14,000 school districts, you know your child in one of them. You know your grandchild in one of them. You know they have PTA meetings or school board committee meetings. Y'all need to be there. Y'all should be at every last one. It should be standing room. I don't even care if critical race theory is on the topic to be discussed that night. Y'all need to just start showing up en masse. It takes one person from one community to alert the rest of the parents what time, what date, and what needs to happen when they get there. Y'all need to flood these school board meetings.
Don't take my kindness for
Your children, don't do it.
Oh no, don't take my silence for ignorance. Oh no. So if you're into stepping over line, stomping on my way of life, there's two things you need to know. I don't retreat.
Second Amendment, baby. Hey Tracy, hey out there, what are they gonna do when they have no kids showing up at school? Did you read about that today, Terry? I put it up there and I don't have the article, but they saying that this school year has been the lowest school year of children registering for school. I'm gonna say that one more time. This school year, I guess it's 21-22 school year. They have 3% less across the United States of students that's not coming back. The attendance is dropping because people are finally figuring out what homeschooling is, that there are co-ops out there and that one parent can join with another parent that can join with this group that can actually homeschool their own kids, and you ain't got to send them to no indoctrination camp because you have did it as a community to come up with a co-op. And guess what? You can still get all the same publications and you can dictate what your kids want to know. I'm telling you, you can do this. I'm telling you, you can do this. School's out for summer now, so make your mind up. School's out for... Yes, ban it, I would if mine were little kids. Imagine that. My daughter-in-law has homeschooled for 10 years and she is a teacher. Even teachers are leaving in droves. I'm going to say that one more time. Even school teachers are leaving their jobs in droves. I know, and I already told y'all about my niece. She's only been a school teacher. She went Bethune-Cookman, the whole nine. When she left Bethune-Cookman, first person she called me after graduating. She called me. You know, she said, Auntie, what? You right. What am I right about? She said, I can't say this, but I could call you and I could call you. She said, but everything that you've been talking about in training, you're right. What am I going to do? And I said, you know what? This is your career. This is your field. You like your mom. You love to teach children. Yes. So what are you going to do? She said, I'm going to teach them what I want, but she said, I don't want to teach them this stuff. I said, well, do you want your job? Do you want any of this? And you're a parent now. You got 4 kids, 2 sets of twins. Think about what they want you to push on your students. Look at what they want you to teach these children. Then think about how your mom raised you. Think about how I helped raise you. And think about how everyone in our family and what they taught us. Does it go against everything? She was like, but it go against pretty much everything y'all taught me, Auntie, what I need to do. I did not tell her that. I did not tell her that. I did not tell her to run to the hills and run for her life. Y'all don't listen to Dave. I did not tell my niece to run to the hills. I told her to be the best teacher she could. Stop that. Plus, you're an elementary school teacher, so there. He said, run to the... I did not tell my niece to run to the hills. Y'all don't believe that. I ain't that bad of an influence of a auntie. Hey there, Elizabeth, what? We will have cases of new you talking about Delta? I'm gonna read you what Marjorie Taylor Greene said today, and this is what we got to say, and we're gonna end this. And I still got mad articles that I didn't even get to, and you got Mary Free and Troy Mitchell and them throwing up articles, but we're gonna end it with this because we only have four minutes left, and I'm serious when I say I'm going to read the book of Esther, and then I'm gonna let the Spirit guide me on what other books I need to read, but I am going to read the book of Esther. I'm going to take this time to read her and her journey and what the Bible has to say. So let me see if this is going to pop up. Come on, you're taking too long. Okay. This is what Marjorie Taylor Greene put up there, and you know how I feel about Marjorie. I'm like, girl, me too, girl. And here we are. Marjorie Taylor Greene, America is over coronavirus pandemic. Do not care about the Delta variant either. The end. And I will read that whole article tomorrow. But I'm like, Marjorie, I don't care. And something new gonna come next year too. And the year after that, something gonna happen then, because they want you to live in fear. That's the whole thing with the fear mongering, from Dr. Fructose corn syrup to all the lamestream media to the government to all your politicians that shut you in your house last year. They made this fear mongering because that's the only way they could control y'all. And I said y'all, seriously, because I'm seeing cars lined up in a parking lot to get jabbed up your nose. And I'm sitting here, but did you die? I don't see no bodies hitting the floor. They saying everybody's gonna be 2-3 million people dead. They counting all these deaths as corona, and they got nothing to do with corona. It was a crock of crap in the first place. And now you telling me you gotta take a jab. You gotta take 2 jabs. Depending on which one, you gotta take 3 jabs. And then 6 months later, you gotta take a refresher jab. Doesn't that sound like the flu shot you try to give every year? And now you like, there's a new variant. There's a new strand. Wouldn't they say the same thing about bird flu? Hoof and mouth disease, maybe. What happened to Ebola? Can we come to talk about Ebola, maybe? Something that we actually see the symptoms just running out of people's eyeballs. That would be great. Instead of looking up, trying to see if we see invisible black shadow or virus coming this way. They really stopped y'all from living y'all life because so many people was living in fear. I made a shirt from day one. It was called Faith Over Fear because I got tired of the lying and the whining. When judgment comes for you, oh, it's gonna come. What are you gonna do? And judgment comes for you. You better get your life together. And I don't think Dr. Fructose corn syrup can save it either. Heck, if that's the case, that'll be a lot of people alive from the HIV epidemic. I'm just saying he been out that long. How much did you pay for that slick oils that he just sold y'all? They've been spouting fear for a year. Are you kidding me? Even my 26-year-old's like, seriously, mama, you still talking about that? No, I'm not. She's like, my own daughter, 26. They shut down her business, and I was proud when she opened her first salon. She's like, mama, and that's the look she gave me. You still talking about that? Ain't nobody scared of that. Exactly. So I'm not. So the only time I talk about it is when somebody on D-Live throw up an article. I'm going to tell you about how much Delta is worth. And there's an airport, it has a whole wing, and it's for Delta. So all the rest of this stuff, I'm fine. Are we talking about like the Mississippi Delta, Louisiana Delta? Because I ain't talking about coronavirus. That's some stuff that, what's her name? Cardi B brought up. Coronavirus. Yeah, they're going to keep y'all afraid. They have to gain your functions back. Go ahead and jump up there for that rabbit. Just jump on up there. Just keep living in fear, because I'm not. I told you, y'all not going to like me on the campaign, because I am not finna sit there and be like, agree. Yeah, I agree with that. I don't agree with that. And that's my opinion. I have every flipping right to tell people, no, I don't believe that. Hell, I don't believe that either. Are we good? I'm gonna have faith, not fear. And I'm not finna sit here every show regurgitating, there's a new virus. What is it called? Alpha or Omega? Which one did they name it this time? Like, seriously? Because they keep naming it for something else. It's always something. They're not scared enough. Well, they're not falling for coronavirus. Well, what are we gonna do this time? Hacking the world, the computer systems. Yeah, that's a good one. What else can we do? Climate change. Yeah, we can just scare everybody on climate change. And they got to figure out something to make you say boo and go running to the government titty for something this time around. So just Lucretia, yep, that's pretty much how it's all going to be. So I'm so glad we're at the end of the show. Dave, take us out. Hey, Jessica, you a nurse? She said, I'm a nurse, it ain't that serious. The frontline doctor was in my inbox all last year. Nurses like Jessica was sending me stuff all last year because they couldn't say it out loud, so they knew I would, and they sending me evidence after evidence. I can't explain it to you. There's been so many things that's held us down, but they did. But now it look like things are finally coming around. I know we got a long, long way to go, and where they end up, I don't know. But we won't let nothing hold us back. We're putting ourselves together. We're polishing up our acts now. If you felt like you've been held down before, I know you refuse to be held down anymore. Well, don't you let nothing stand in your way. Hey, I want y'all to listen to every word I say, every word I say. Woo! Thank you for slowing me down a little bit, Dave. USA, USA, ain't no stopping us now. Hey, we got it. So I'm gonna listen to the Jessicas of the world. I'm gonna listen to the frontline doctors that's been sending me research, evidence, getting in my inbox during this whole shutdown. And I'm gonna listen to those people that's been physicians for 20, 30, 40, 50 years and even probably slapped you out on your butt when you came out your mother. I'm gonna listen to these, to people that actually got in it for the right things, that know what a Hippocratic oath is, and that knows not to lie to people for a political agenda. So I'm going to listen to my real nurses, my frontline nurses. I'm going to listen to my frontline doctors. And I'm going to take all the research that they've been sending me in my inbox since last year, and I'm going to continue getting it out there because there's no more living in fear. We got to have faith over fear. So thank y'all so much. Like I said, I'm going to read Esther now, and I'm going to pray about and pray about a lot of stuff. So we will see y'all back here tomorrow, and I hope y'all have a great night. And if you know how to pray also with me. So holla, Faded to Black.
Here we go. She's on 5 to 7, 9 to 10 p.m. on the Range Broadcasting Fallback Productions. Talks about topics of the day and loves her country, the U.S. of A. Got her Get Right rally on tax day. Got family country Trump is her thing. She don't know the songs, gives Dave a hard time. Don't worry, it's fine, he's still her Valentine. Keeps us in the loop. Don't you know, sit back and enjoy the Lucretia Hughes Show.
We want all children to have the opportunity to know the blessings of God. And we know that families and churches, not government officials, know best how to create a strong and loving community. We will not allow the government to censor sermons, to restrict the free speech of our pastors and our preachers and the people that we most respect. And above all else, we know this. In America, we don't worship government, we worship God.